Here we're going to start a project where we're going to take an existing roof that's just about 7 foot and raise it up to 8 foot on new walls without tearing the building apart. First is a more difficult way to do things, but sometimes you have to do it this way. This is looking at the side where we're going to start working on. You can see part of the existing wall right here. Up above the windows is a lintel. We're going to use that as a top plate as we go around. This is a better view of where that lintel is. It's got some aluminum covering on it, so we'll have to jack it up, pull the covering off, and then we can fill it in with studs. This is looking at the front part of the building, same type of construction. There's pillars in a few places on the front with a lintel. This is the back side, same type of configuration. This is looking the full view of the back side of that wall where the belt rights can be turned off. Here's the jacking point up on the front corner. We went around the corner so that we can actually fill in with studs. Here's the other place closer to the new floor and the new wall. Stepping back, getting a little better view of it. Here we have kickers underneath the rafters to hold the roof up in place. Wall braced. Here's the barnyard helpers. They always got to have helpers to do this. So a little better view of the kickers onto the rafters. Here we have the jacking point coming into the new wall. You can see that this old wall had vinyl siding. We're going to have to remove that wall once we get it jacked up somewhat. So here it's jacked up. We built this backwards and built the wall and stand it up pretty much backwards. Going to slide it through the kickers with the top in first. Here the wall is slid in place, holding that part of the wall, and everything's nailed together, braced, and all that, so it's solid right in here. Then we've got to kick those rafters up and slide a new top plate, the second top plate in on top of the top plate that's on this wall. So here it's all the way in, it's all tied in, and we're ready to and braced. So we can now go to the other corner, jack the other corner up. Here we see the bracing where we can start to do that. This is once it's jacked up, filled in with studs, and then put some Built-Rite on the corner to really lock that in so it can't move. Little far view off, start to jack up the ridge line right here to make that straight. Here's the jacking point on the center ridge line. Here's on the outer wall, ridge line braces on the outside wall to hold that wall in place. Looking up at the ceiling, now we have to add some ceiling joists. Here we're going to move around to the front wall, start to jack that up. As we start to jack it up, we're going to pull this wall out. You can see it floats underneath the lintel right there. We're going to pull it out piece by piece so it's not in the way, and it'll be easier to remove it that way. So here we got the first few studs in the corner, jacked, braced on both ways to hold that stable because there's not a way to tie it yet. Then fill it in with studs, come around to the back side, jack up the where the old roof was, tore those studs out of there, brace everything with all that. Then we build a wall under the floating part of the roof, stand it up backwards with the top sliding into the seat cuts of the rafters, and then jack the bottom plate to the outside wall. Here we have the studs filled in on the back side with all the bracing, ready to move on. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more projects like this.